Welcome back to another episode of Spicy Tales Podcast with Kim and Stacy. I'm just going to say it because ain't nobody got time for all that, and we're trying to run it through. Okay? Running it through.
Time is money.
Time is money. We ran it a little late today, so we're trying to speed it up.
Before you go into your spicy tale, I think it's hilarious. I feel like we're actually legit because I hear podcasts talk about the time and the money all the time, and we're actually in the situation.
I know. I'm like, God, she's just talking away. I'm like pointing at the clock.
And usually
like,
I'm the one looking at the clock, but this time,
I'm
sitting.
Usually.
That
That's
actually
why,
makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Yeah. So I hope everyone's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Happy New Year. I know we already said that to everyone.
Yeah,
but
by
you know
that
what?
time,
Happy
we're
New Year anyways.
February. And apparently it's like not good etiquette past like January.
Says who?
That's what I heard. That's what the people
Who said
say.
that?
I heard it online.
Somebody make a comment and let me know
How
if that's fact.
how long past January 1st can you say Happy New Year to someone?
I feel like I could say it if I didn't see you.
If I haven't seen you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that if I haven't seen you
Since
like
the prior year.
then up until I see you, I can wish you a Happy New Year.
Hilarious.
A little different if it's in November because you should have probably sent me a text, but you know, whatever. Anyways, so my spicy tale today, we're gonna talk about my spicy tale.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about like knowing when to end a friendship. And I was telling my sister about this earlier. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this is because I recently had to end a friendship. Well, wasn't that recent, but it's been a while. And so like my spicy tale is tied into this. So I started working for the place where I work. I'm not going to say it just because ain't nobody got time.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I started working, and like when I started working at my job, around the time that I got that job, I was dating my ex, and our car got stolen at your birthday.
Oh my God, yo.
Yes. So my sister had a 28th? No,
26.
26. For her 26th birthday, she threw a party at Les Sweets. Famous
Classic hotel to throw a party
Anyone
at.
who's from Ottawa knows Les Sweets. Okay, let's be real. So anyways, we go to the party. But if you're from the city, you know that the Mission, is it the Mission?
The homeless shelter?
Yeah, I think it's the Mission, is not too far away. And right beside it, there's a parking,
lot.
There's a parking lot there that you could park. So my ex parks his car like an idiot, is drunk already. Or no, sorry, I parked the car because I was the one driving. He was wasted in the...
Good cleanup.
No, but I was. I actually was. But he's stupid and leaves the spare set of keys in the glove box.
Which I could see myself doing something like that.
Anyways, I'm thinking I locked the door, but when the key's inside the car, the door doesn't lock.
Well, how often does he keep the key in?
He doesn't usually keep it there. So anyways, whatever, our car got stolen. So my mom...
Anyways, the car got stolen.
I start this new job. I'm like freaking out because I just got a new job and I have no way to get there now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom, being the solid person that she is, buys me a Toyota Corolla 2006.
Hilarious.
Way back, like the old school. It was gold.
It was gold?
It was a gold color.
What?
Like,
I don't know if I ever saw this car though.
You definitely have. It was
Really?
a gold Toyota Corolla, and luckily it didn't have the roll up windows though. It had the automatic, which I was like, okay, at least, and it had
Flexing on these bitches.
No, I was like, hey, what you know about these automatic windows? Anyways, so I start this job. Because I was irresponsible at the time, didn't go get my freaking plates done. So I still had a temporary plate that was, let's just say it was well past its date, okay?
It was expired.
It was well past the expiration date. Let's just say that, okay? Like if it was a carton of eggs, they would have smelled. That's how far it was. Anyways, so I get pulled over. And so I get pulled over. I'm talking to the cop. The cop's really nice. Honestly, like, I know cops sometimes, whatever, but this guy was really nice guy. Like, he could have done a lot worse. Like, he gave me a ticket for the plate.
Honestly, our encounters with the cops have been pretty good.
We're lucky. But, so he gives me the ticket for the plates that are expired. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But he should have towed my car and should have, like, there was a bunch of stuff that he should have given me tickets for that he didn't. Anyway, so he actually lets me call my own tow to bring the car to my house.
Mm-hmm.
And then from my house, I'm trying to get back to work. Anyway, so I'm talking to the police officer and I have this friend who's messaging me like memes and funny shit and like whatever. And I'm like, bro, like, And like at the time, maybe I did come off rude. I don't know.
I'm sure you did.
But I was just like, bro, it's not the time. Like, I'm busy with a police officer. Like, I don't have time for your nonsense. Like, piss off kind of thing. Anyways, so that starts a huge argument. We have a group chat, me, her, and another friend of mine. She leaves the group chat. She's like, after everything I did for you, mind you, everything she did for me was sending me an email so I can apply for the job that I had.
Oh, people think you owe
like, and I was like, bro, I got the job myself. Like, thank you for sending me the email. I appreciate it, but I went to the interview myself. Like, It's not like you gave, like, it'd be one thing if you gave me a reference or something, but all you did was give me an email to send my own resume.
Right.
Appreciated nonetheless. Right? Like, it's still appreciated. Thank you. I
still had to apply. They were looking, you matched, but like, of course, appreciated.
Exactly.
100%.
Like, appreciated the fact that you didn't, like, gatekeep and you gave me, like, a way to get in, whatever. Anyways, this starts a huge argument, like, to the point that it's like, she leaves the group chat. She's not talking to me. And I haven't even, mind you, we work together at this point. She sits right behind me.
It's so always awkward.
I'm just like, okay, like, this is going to be weird. And me, like, I am not someone, like, anyway, I don't like to argue, okay? I'm not going to argue with you about some BS, especially if you're in the wrong. Like, bro, sorry, but, like, what is there to argue about? Your feelings got hurt because I told you to wait? Like, anyway, so I get to work and she's in a mood. I'm obviously just starting my job because I'm running late. Like, I'm already running late. I'm on the clock. Like, anyway, so at the end, she, like, apologized. We ended up not being friends anymore just because of other stuff. Like, but I wish I would have known at the time, like, that argument should have been a red flag for me to, like, end the friendship. Yeah. Because people who, like, don't see past themselves, like, their own issues, and don't see that, like, bro, I'm in a situation, this is not the time, like, and it's understandable that everybody, like, sometimes you don't notice. Yeah. And that's okay. Yeah. But if I bring it to you, you can't throw in my face, oh, how dare you say that to me after I got you a job? Like,
yeah. Honestly, you know what's funny? Because I watch a lot of manosphere videos, and they
I don't know what that
hate on women a lot. Oh. But they also give you insight, and a lot of, I've noticed, because I've done this before, that women, it's like very manipulative that we do this, but we kind of like keep tabs on things. And once like there's an argument happening, we throw it in their face.
I don't feel
and
like
I feel like
that.
I'm sure you might have done it in a relationship, because I feel like that's the worst. That's when I do it the worst sometimes.
I mean, maybe like, but I feel like I try not to be like, I don't want to.
Obviously, you try not.
I don't like
no one wants to be a bad. Well, some people
I don't
do,
like to have transactional relationships with people. Like,
that's the thing. Like, obviously, that's the one thing that she has over you, and she decided it. She decided to say it. Thought it was appropriate time. Like, you're already in a bad situation, and you don't want to.
I'm in a terrible mood.
And then now I guess she was also in a bad mood, or you triggered her by saying, because you did come off like strong from what you're saying in the story.
I did come off. I know I did.
Yeah. So like she's probably like, okay, what the hell? What is this? And then she's obviously
like,
on the.
I came off strong because I had already told her I was pulled over with a police officer,
and she just kept
saying, and I'm like,
the memes,
bruh.
I would have just like, do not disturb my phone, I guess, but maybe you were just so like
I was waiting for the tow truck to call. So I had to have my phone.
Right.
So like, and it's like the cop is talking to me, and every time I'm looking at my phone to see if it's like, that, and it's a freaking meme. Like, it just looks.
You're right, because the other day, actually, when the bridesmaid chat was going off, like it was going off, and I was watching like The Real Housewives or something, and it just kept going off, and it was so annoying.
Yeah, because it's like I'm trying to have a conversation with the police officer who's already being really nice for even like not making it worse and making me spend more money impounding my car for X amount of days, blah, blah, blah. Like, there are so many other things that could have happened. So it's like, I'm trying to be like a good, like, person, like, as I'm just getting pulled over. I'm trying not to be like, look like I'm a distracted human and I'm not paying attention and I'm not like listening or whatever. Like, I'm trying to be like coherent and be here in the conversation instead of being on my phone. You know what I mean? Like, and I already know how people feel, like older people feel about young people on their phones. Like, I'm not trying to be looked at.
And I'm young people on their phones.
I'm always on my phone. So I'm not trying to look bad for being on my phone when I know that they're already judging me. I didn't have plates. Now I'm out here on my phone instead of talking when he's talking to me. Like, I just...
Listen, clearly you guys weren't that great of friends, because if it was one of your other friends, I'm sure they would have stopped messaging you.
Yeah, but they would have never... That's what I mean.
And they wouldn't have said that comment, and it would have been okay. Like, clearly this girl was not meant to be... Like, her purpose was to, like...
Get me where I am.
The layup of the opportunity, and then, you know, sometimes, like, there's passing friends in your life.
You have to know when an expiration date with a relationship like comes, like you have to because a lot of the times, like, and I mean I feel like it's more so in like relationships than like friendships, but like people are so held up on the good times or the good things that they're like, yeah, but like it's like, yeah, like they're nice, yeah, you had a good time with them, but at the same time it's like if you have more bad times with this person than good, like you can't hang on to that 5% to make up for the rest. You know what I mean? Like you gotta let go of what, like knowing. I think one of the things about getting older and becoming like going into my 30s, it taught me that like I'm not stressing myself out for relationships that don't bring me good things. Like I don't have the energy to nourish and pour into relationships that are not doing the same.
Yeah, I think it happens naturally. Actually, one of my friends, she's like a huge giver, and she's basically like, I've come to the realization I'm just gonna match people's energies. Like,
that's 100% what it is.
Because especially if you're like a giving person, because I'm giving here and there, but I wouldn't consider myself like a giver all the time. That like your friend's cup is like half full and yours is like you're just chilling. And also it's like managing your expectations too, because that friend could just be like you're just doing too much. Like no one's expecting you, no one asked you to be doing all that too. Like don't spread yourself thin because you feel like you have to.
A lot of people are like that though. Like they feel like they have to give. But I think it's more of an insecurity thing, because if you give that much, like if
you're people pleasers, I feel like a lot of people are people pleasers.
Yeah, I feel like I used to be a people pleaser. I used to always want like everyone around me to be happy with the things that I was doing for them. Like I always wanted to go out of my way and like whatever. Now I don't have the energy. I don't care.
Honestly, once COVID happened, I didn't realize how much it drained me. And then on top of that, being in a new relationship, like I'm just like, I'm doing the bare.
I say no all the time.
I'm chilling, man.
It's funny because before I was never a no person. I would always say yes. Like I always say, like me and my friend in our 20s.
I'm not a flop though. If we make plans.
No. I'm definitely not. I do have follow through. I just mean like before I would always, even if I didn't want to go out, I would go out like all the time, and then I would have a bad night because I didn't actually want to go out.
Yeah, the older you get, for sure. Like
so now,
I don't care.
This happened with my 30th. I didn't feel like going out on my 30th, and I was like, "Why am I forcing myself to go out if I don't want to go?"
Yep.
So I canceled, right? So like, I feel like that was something I learned, and I'm just like, that's just my like. Now I'm just like, I'm not doing more than I need to. Like I don't even. I hold that philosophy even with work, Like I don't. This is a lifestyle, like not just with friends.
That's what they're talking about. The quiet quitting millennials.
It's not. I'm not quiet quitting.
They do exactly what they're supposed to do,
and not more.
Not more. Not
First
less.
of all, the work is gonna be there tomorrow. Why am I gonna break my back for the same thing that I'm gonna have to do tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously there are urgent matters and things that are higher on the like task list, but there are things that happen every day, and it could wait a week. Shit.
Okay, so I just waited a week. I was like, I don't know how to respond, so I'm gonna hold off.
And also, sometimes when you're at work, I don't know if it's because you're just in a mood or something, but if I look at things with fresh eyes, I will think of another way to do something. So there have been times where I have an email, for example, and that day I just can't seem. It's like, it's annoying me. Like, I don't want to do that email. And then the next day it's like, oh, that's so, like, I know exactly what to do. Like,
I wish I could
put
agree.
that email to this person.
I wish I could relate, but me, I'm the type of person, if I don't do it today, I'm going to forget about it.
Oh, no, the way I do things is I keep things on unread if I didn't If
Okay,
still
see,
have to go.
I don't work out of my email. That's why.
Whereas some people they move things around. I'm really sloppy with it. Honestly, it just works for me because when I was getting trained, I got trained by two people, someone that was OCD and someone that was like me. And I like that kind of training because I want to know, obviously I want to know all the information that I need to know.
But I want to know what I need to know.
But I also, once I get all that information, like it translates in my brain and I don't need to be doing all that, like all that neat, organized. I do not pay attention to detail. I like to skim through things but I'm very good at like, if I know the answer, it never goes away. There are some people that are very good at paying attention to detail, but tell me why, like they have no confidence. They need help for everything. And like that could get annoying. But like I'm just confident. Once I know it. You can rely on me. It's just I'm a procrastinator.
Oh,
things will get done. The urgency starts to come in last minute.
Let me tell y'all something. This girl is the definition of a procrastinator. Yep. When we were in high school, okay, she had a book report due. She did not read the book. The night before, she is like full-blown panic, hasn't read the book. It's like midnight.
Yeah, all-nighter, I don't care. I'll do it.
I mean, I go in her room and she's like panicking, trying to read, answer. So I'm sitting there on the floor reading her the book while she's answering questions because she doesn't respect timelines.
No, I don't. When the deadline comes, the deadline comes. It's either I got it or I don't.
We went to Florida with family, and she had to bring her laptop to do one of her assignments to send in at midnight. 11:59 on the dot, and she sent that thing in. I think it was like 11:57, and she was sending the email.
One thing university will do is push your brain to the limit. I was surprised. I outdid my own self. I didn't think I could do it. Like the time was ticking like 58, 59.
She was literally looking. She's like, she's like, it's 57 and 30 seconds. She's like trying to type shit in. I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? Like, we're on vacation. She's
so bad.
Sitting on my aunt's floor in the living room while we're all eating at the table, trying to she's like, the Wi-Fi's not working. I'm like,
the Wi-Fi was trash.
The Wi-Fi was trash. America, step it up.
Florida sucks.
No,
I love it, and I want to go to Miami so badly this year. That was one of my I said, because Taina mentioned, so our cousin's getting married, and we're one of the bridesmaids, and she was talking about Buffalo. I don't know why she was talking about Buffalo.
Crazy.
But then I'm like, so we're not going to Miami? And she's just like, I want to go to Miami. And she was really like taking into consideration people's like budget. Some people had babies or something. I don't know. But she's kind of mentioned that like she wants to do 2 bachelorettes. So
listen, I'm not going to both.
A local one. That's the thing. It's like
we can't do Carabana and Miami.
I talk all this. Oh, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go there. I ain't going nowhere.
She forgets that we live on a budget.
I forget that I don't have several zeros in my bank account.
You do. They're just before
the decimal.
them zeros is in there strong. Like
they're before any number.
Literally, it's like 16 zeros and then a one.
When you get paid. So this is how my payday goes.
Oh God.
I wake up
depressed.
Because the day I get paid is the day I have to go in, which is so annoying, but whatever. I have to go into work that day, so I have to wake up earlier. And because I'm like happy, like it's a dopamine rush when I see the money in the bank account. And it's funny because you don't actually see physical money, nothing. It's literally just like you're just seeing fucking digits. It's like seeing pixels. It's
like having points.
Like, what is this? Like, what is money? Anyways, we're not even going to go there.
No, we're not. We're not getting into that.
So I wake up, I see the bank account, there's a comma. Cool. We're in here. We're rich. And then depending
that comma's gone after one bill. Like, stop the madness. She said there's a comma.
So then it depends on my situation, but lately it's been a better situation, thank the Lord.
Yeah, because she got them credit cards paid off. Thank God.
Oh my God. I was talking to my sister and I was just like, wow, when I think about my financial situation from last year, this time, and this year, my expenses and my financial situation is just so much better than it
So is
was.
mine.
So thank God we're both in at least that part of our lives. And so yeah, I look at my account, and this time it was well, listen, you know what? We might go run this till the end because like it's very important business to have to tell you guys about. But basically, obviously the way I pay my rent is the second pay of the month I pay, that's my rent pay. Because I don't want to pay. Usually, like, it gets sketchy at the end of the month. It might be a day before. It might be the first day. It might be 2 days after. So I just want to make sure that we got a good rev. So I always pay it the second pay of the month. Mm-hmm. But me and my sister looked through the months, and, like, next pay is the 1st of February. So, like, you're getting paid, but I'm like, you know what? Let me be responsible. I'm still going to pay my rent on the second
At least put half away.
No, I still stuck to my budget. Everything is good. I didn't do anything crazy.
Okay, good for
and
you.
then, like I said, February 1st we get paid. Mm-hmm. And then March, as much as March is a trash month because it's winter in Ottawa and it's just trash.
Your birthday.
But it's my birthday, and usually March is a 3-pay month. And it's a 3-pay month again this year. Thank the Lord. So, like...
Imagine, could you, like, people are probably like, yo, y'all are in your 30s and you're out here waiting for the 3-pay month. We're like, yeah, it's a 3-pay month.
I think it's like, March and August this year again. Listen, guys, these are very important dates. If you have the same pay as me. If you don't, it's like one day off and, like, you're screwed. It's not legit. If it's not Wednesday, then you don't know. If you know why you were paid on Wednesday. But anyway. So yeah, I'm using that as a clip for sure. So basically,
shout out to all my Wednesday payday people.
Oh my God,
y'all know the struggle. We in there with you guys. Fighting for our lives.
This time it was rent. I gave half to my boyfriend, and I actually had money left over. Like a very important thing you want to do if you can is pay yourself first, which I did. And I was telling my sister she should pay herself first. You should put money, exactly. You should put money in your savings account or something. Like, you're paying all these people, you're paying all these bills, and you're not paying yourself. Like, what is this? But also, like, I'm just in a better financial situation. I was even talking to one of my friends at work, and she was talking to me about how, like, she's living paycheck to paycheck. And that is what I'm living paycheck to paycheck, 100%. And it's to the point where, because...
How are you living paycheck to paycheck, but you put money away?
Okay, I'm living paycheck to paycheck because let's say I were to lose my job today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Like, my emergency fund is for, like...
a pay period.
It's for
it's enough for a pay period, and then you're done.
That's it. Like, hopefully by the end of this year, my emergency fund will be lit. But right now, like, it's just 1 month of pay. That's it. Like, I have 1 month to figure it out, and then it's done for me. Game over.
Luckily, at least in here we get EI. So at least, I mean,
yeah. If it was, yeah, but I couldn't imagine, and I feel bad for everyone. Like, listen, we're going through, like,
a recession. Inflation.
They don't want to name it, but, like, we're going through something, and I feel for the people that are losing jobs. People are losing jobs all over the place.
I was
just telling
we were
me
just talking about how Spotify is laying off 600 employees this year.
Exactly, like, that's messed up, and this has been going on forever.
Yeah,
and
Amazon did the same, or not Amazon, Twitter did the same, but that's
all of those private companies, all of them, they need to downsize. They need to make money.
Basically, Stacey wants everyone to get their financial game up.
Please, this year, 2023, is the financial year. Get your life together, because last year, I swear, I had a meltdown because my financial situation was so bad. Like, I dug myself in such a deep hole, and I was in denial for, like, 2 years, and it all caught up to me. Yep. All of a sudden, I woke up one day, and I was like, I just felt the weight of the debt, and I was like, I can't.
Bro, if any of y'all wake up in the middle of the night and you don't know why, it's that debt calling you back. It's just waking you up. You're like, why do I keep waking? It's the debt, bro.
It's the debt. It's the debt. It's the bill, the car insurance. It's the fucking
that minimum payment you put on your credit card. Yeah, that's what's coming for you. That's what's waking you up.
And that's another thing. I have a credit card again, and, like, I literally, it's to the point I'm so scared. I pay it back right. You swipe it, I pay it. But most people just wait till their statement and then they pay it. But like, I'm just so scared because I don't want to. Anyways, my limit is so low that like I'm never gonna get in that situation right now. But I agree. Like, get your 30s is getting your financials together because now you do make more money, and it's literally, if your expenses are high, it's called, what is it? I heard it's called financial creep, where you start making more money and then you start spending more money
bills all of a sudden.
And like,
I'm pretty sure Biggie said it best.
More money, more problems. 100%. That's what it is. Because even like, oh, we want to get a house. Let's say we want to get a house.
Shit's not
Mortgages
cheap.
are not cheap. Property taxes. There's closing costs. There's the lawyers. There's so much stuff. Like, having a car is such a liability. It really is. Obviously, it's extremely convenient.
I'm ready to live without a car. I'm at the point where I'm like,
I don't have a car anymore.
I'm done. I mean, I don't have car payments, so I have to be very happy about that.
Thank
like,
God.
I'm not gonna.
And your car insurance has gone down. Dramatically.
Speaking of car insurance, actually,
there we go.
My insurance went up
for just cause.
So
it is expensive.
Let me tell you something. I have not worked in office since February 2020. Mm-hmm. Okay, I haven't gone into the office. I haven't had to commute. Nothing. I drive less than I've ever driven. I have no like infractions on my driver's license. I have nothing. Never been in a car accident. Nothing. They upped my insurance by $50 a month.
That's crazy.
So I called because I was like,
"What is this?
What the F? Like, I need
the premium."
They're like, "Oh well, what happened was that there's been a lot of accidents in your area, and so Jim Bob gets into a car accident and I pay for it. Isn't that why y'all increased Jim Bob's premiums? Why am I paying for it?"
Interesting. I didn't know that they did that.
They're like no, they said basically like because accidents have been up, the insurance companies have upped their prices. I was like, oh, okay, because y'all are not already taking enough money.
What about
all the months that I didn't get into car accidents? What are y'all doing with that money? Are y'all running it back?
Get into an accident then. Like, I don't know. As long as you're not liable, shit.
So what am I supposed to do? How can I get myself into a car accident that I'm not liable for?
Drive in Ottawa.
Don't fucking
like, what are you talking about?
More like drive in Gatineau.
Yeah, there we go. It's
go to Montreal, take a little ride up to
There's many
MTL.
places you can go.
Toronto.
They have a list every year of like the areas with the highest collisions.
Hunt Club and
there's the Prince of Wales, and whatever.
Hunt Club and Prince of Wales.
Innis,
Hunt Club and Riverside.
Orleans.
There's a sign that says high collision area. The insurance ain't covering none of that shit. Like, you was in a higher. Get the fuck out of here.
They have all the cameras there, I'm sure.
They're like, girl, we saw you slow down. So we saw you brake check that guy.
Those cameras are so trash because Diana, the day she got her car,
I remember that.
Got her car, drove off the lot. She got rear-ended.
Yeah.
And then it was at
wasn't it a hit and run?
Yeah, it was a hit and run.
Yeah.
And the intersection was Hunt Club and where's
Bank?
Maybe it's Bank. It's the intersection where the McDonald's is in South Keys, where the movie theater is.
Oh, that's Bank and basically
it's definitely Hunt Club.
It's basically Hunt Club and Bank.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, there was a camera because like that's a huge intersection, and the camera didn't pick up anything.
Honestly, at this point, the cameras are just there to look there because it doesn't make sense. I watched like those crime things and I see the CCTV camera footage and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You really thought, what was the point?
When they need it, they'll get it, but they didn't want to waste time on her.
In the UK, the CCTV shit is like everywhere and it's really good. Like that girl that got killed by that cop. Did you ever see the girl that was like, I don't know if you saw the story about the girl who got, it was during COVID lockdown and a police officer stopped her, like an undercover, stopped her and told her she was breaking the law for being outside because it was when they had curfews and stuff. And she was walking home and somebody's dash cam caught them like being like her talking to the cop and the CCTV cameras caught her like walking in his car. That's how they found out he killed her. He like raped and killed her.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And he was a cop. He rented a car, like his own car, to like do this.
why would you be a cop? I mean, actually, anyways. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a very bad question. That's a very good cover. I'm not trying to give nobody no, ideas, but I think that's a great cover. If you're a cop, you're getting away with a lot.
Yeah, you are gonna go away with a lot. But then the
punishment is
rolling,
harder.
Exactly,
for sure,
I was gonna say it's rolling the dice.
They want to make an example out of you.
If they want to slam the book at you, then
they will. You're a cop.
If you get caught by
like that girl cop who's out here doing like freaking
getting trains run
like
on her,
threesomes with her coworkers.
What is? I didn't even watch.
Her name's like Amber or something like that, and she was like, I don't think it wasn't a train ran on her, but she had like sex parties with her coworkers and like open marriage, and then like a bunch of them got fired for inappropriate. Well, they also were doing shit at work. Like,
okay,
on the clock, in the off, like in the police.
Because if we're having our sex parties off hours, like
that's my business. Let me live.
Let me do what I want to do.
Let me live.
My life is hard. I'm a cop.
Let's just twiddle each other in the hot tub. We're cops. They need
out. Cops, nurses. I'm sure nurses have crazy parties too. Who is it? I have a friend that's in like he does stocks. They're crazy too. Like Wall Street stuff. Crazy servers. Any restaurant nonsense. Any service industry.
I worked in the service industry for a while, and let me tell you, I was shocked.
I remember working at Brook Street Hotel. And like a lot of people had their Christmas parties there.
Oh yeah.
And one of them was the Moxie's Christmas parties. And I always heard crazy things about the Moxie's Christmas parties. I low-key really wanted to be in one of them. Will be a +1 in one of those Christmas parties.
I missed when I started working where I work, I missed our Christmas party because I was really sick. Mm-hmm. And apparently shit went down.
Christmas parties used to be fun.
Went down. People were having intimate relationships, and people got caught doing things they weren't supposed to. I was like, damn, the one time I get steps.
I used to work at the Giant Tiger head office, and we had Christmas parties, and they were so much fun. One, because they paid for it, and it was actually at like a venue or of some sort. Like it was planned. Unlike the one that I had, we had a Christmas lunch. We're paying for it. Like it just doesn't hit the same. And like it's like a half day. It's basically a free day, number one. Yeah. And you get to see like the directors letting loose and stuff, and it gets crazy.
Yeah, my Christmas party wasn't like that at all. We went out to eat at like the Royal Oak.
Yeah, one of those basic ones.
It wasn't live, let me tell you.
I was getting shots. And you know when it's Christmas party time, because one time I went to
I worked with a lot of old ladies. There was no shots.
Who cares?
I'm saying there was no...
No, but older people drink too.
Stacey, these ladies are old ladies.
How old?
Like late 60s.
Okay.
Like they're old, bro. Like they
older.
They weren't out here trying to take no shots. Like they're frail.
I'm trying to think if I've had a drink with like a 60-year, like a shot with a 60-year-old. I don't think
I did when I worked in the service industry, but that's
because okay, yeah. No, I have. Yep, 100% working at the restaurant.
Yeah, I have because I worked in the service industry.
It's fun. It's fun while it lasts, but like, it's stressful.
The hospitality to be nice all the time, I can give you about an hour and a half of nice. Yeah. And then
there's money involved too. Like you're working.
Oh, to be fair, I'm really good when money's involved.
It's an incentive?
When I worked in the service industry, I was nice all the time. But that's because I worked on tips.
Yeah.
Well, and I had to be nice.
If you're in the service industry, you should.
I've also been very rude when I worked in the industry. I don't give a damn. You're not gonna treat me like crap.
Yeah, I've seen people be like, "You're not gonna disrespect me. Like I don't care if I work here."
And I am one of those people.
I get it. The customer is not always right. Like chill.
My favorite is when when they're like, "I want to speak to the manager," and then your manager comes out and tells them the exact same thing, and you're in the background like, like that's me in the background. Like that when I used to work at Winners, and little old ladies would come in and swap tags. And I'm like, it clearly says this is a shoe, and you're holding a purse, ma'am. Like, it's asking me for the size of the shoe.
Not Winners.
Are you accusing me of switching tags? No, but the fact that you knew that's what I was like, I mean,
oddly
it's
specific.
Like, how'd you know that's what I was going to ask you? Like, what do you mean? Like, Like out here beefing old ladies. Like what the hell?
I mean, anyone could get it when you work in retail.
Yeah, that's true. Also, working any like job, you could have beef with like a 50-year-old lady.
Yep.
Like
that's what's so odd. And I'm just like, don't you have like a family at home? Like, why are you getting into the bullshit like this? I don't understand.
I once told one of my bosses, so I used to work with this older lady who was like 45. She was mom's age actually at the time. And I was in my early 20s. And she was, first of all, she was a freaking beach, but whatever. And she was like, anyways, every morning she would say good morning to me and I would just walk right past her because I don't fuck with you. And so to the point that my boss scheduled a meeting with me and was like, you know, so-and-so is complaining because you're not saying hi to them in the morning. And I straight up told my boss, I'm like, I came here to get paid, not to make friends.
Yeah.
So I really don't care.
The workplace gets
and he literally looked at me and
tricky.
was like, just go. I was like, okay, thanks.
What are they supposed to do? We're not here to make friends. Obviously, teamwork is great. Like
I can work with you on a team, but I don't got to say good morning to you in the morning.
And some people are very sensitive, and it sucks. And some people are snitches. Some people are suck-ups. Like, every character you have in school, they still exist. Yeah. Like, they don't go anywhere. Just because you're older, you think, like, you mature, whatever. No, like, these characters still exist.
There's always the micromanager, the one who thinks
it's
they're
the
boss.
Office. It's literally the show The Office. Like, all these characters are real.
Oh, my God. Dwight?
If you're not in
every single office has one Dwight.
And I love it. And I love it. Even though he's crazy and shit, he's hilarious. Sometimes I fuck with the ones that are really annoying. Like, yeah, you annoy me and shit, but sometimes it's fun.
I mean, everybody has annoying people on their, like, that they work with, and they're actually super chill. But then there's those people who are literal assholes.
And then there's people that are hella awkward and you barely talk to them, but then you have your moments.
Nothing unifies humanity more like a workplace with multiple people of different age groups.
100%.
Because one second I could be beefing with Susan, who's 75, but me and Tim are besties and he's 63. So, and I'm sad as hell when Tim doesn't show up to work.
I had a guy, his name was Paul, and he was at GT and he was retiring. He was like in his maybe 50s, and he was so chill.
Yeah,
oh
like,
my God, love Paul.
When I had a friend, me and Carolyn had a friend named Steve, and when he left, I was devastated. And he was like in his 60s, and he was leaving, and I was really like, cool. Don't leave us, like,
please don't leave us. Anyways, gotta wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation, and we'll see you guys.
Save money this year.
Yeah, save money this year. That's
get your credit up.
Get your credit up. Get your money up. Take that side job if you need to. We're living that way. We're hustlers now.
If it comes to a side job, Godspeed, because we're there for you in spirit, guys.
Don't forget to check out all our social medias on Spicy Tales Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.